Alright, so looking at installing the trolley wheels on the 09 model. So here are the trolley wheels. Went ahead and took those out of the package. First thing I needed to do was go ahead and ensure that the bolts here were tightened down because they were a little bit loose. They were wiggling a little bit. So I did go ahead and tighten these down. If you can see these bolts really well. And I went ahead and used the multi-tool kit that is conveniently included from RevRides, right from the delivery, and went ahead and tightened those down. So I'd recommend doing that. They're already tight. Just wanted to show you guys. All right, when you put them on, these brackets, I would recommend that these brackets face the front wheel, right? So these two coming out to make sure they face the front wheel, and they go over the holes this way. Now you'll immediately notice a problem, and the problem is that this hard plastic guard, which is necessary, I would not take this off by the way, is in the way. So what I've done is I went ahead and took a razor blade, standard razor blade here, and I went ahead and edged out just around the corner. So I went ahead and laid it flat on there, find out where I needed to mark, and then I cut out just a piece so that this area that is curved here, as you can tell, is able to fit right in there nice and snug. So get a closer look here, if you guys can see that. See how round that is there. And then when I go ahead and put the trolley wheels, you'll see how they go right over the holes. They go right over the holes there, and they will overlap that hard plastic guard, right? So you guys see that. I did go ahead and I've already cut them out for the sake of time for the video. Went ahead and etched out these little pieces here, so you can see me remove this piece that I already cut out. See that? This small piece. And then on the other side as well, took that out. Alright, so now when you put the trolley wheels on, they fit over very nicely. They'll go right on there without a problem. Okay, you guys see that? Alright, so first things first, after that's taken care of, or actually what I did was I removed these two screws first just to make sure I had the trolley wheel L bracket flat on there so I knew exactly how much to cut. But I did it for the sake of time in advance, so let's go ahead and remove these two bolts so we can go ahead and layer flat on there. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and remove these two bolts and torque these out. Not that hard to get out, so let's go ahead and get those turning. And I would recommend keeping in mind that this, there we go, that lock washer on there, I'd keep that. Put that to the side. And I'm going to get rid of the old one, or put it aside here for a second. And then we'll go ahead and torque the other one off. Okay. And again, lock washer that's on there, I would hang on to that. And again, set the old bolt aside. And I have gone to the store and I've actually bought two M6 replacements, right? So these two are longer, we'll see in comparison. These are the two original screws or bolts that came off, and those are the ones that I just bought. I put some extra length on there, largely because when this bracket goes over, there's still a hole back here and I don't really want water seeping in there. So the way that I'm gonna try to help avoid some water getting in there if it all splashes or anything is longer screws. It can take longer screws in there, so I went ahead and went with these, which are about 1 inch from the hex head here all the way to the base where the threads begin. It's about 1 inch, and I went ahead and did that just to keep the water from getting in there, and if it does, it may barely seep around the threads to get in there, but that'll help to keep it sealed, because you definitely don't want any water in this particular, because there's wires and electricity and the battery in there. You definitely don't want, you want to keep that dry. Okay, so we'll set the old ones aside and we'll put the lock washers back on the new ones. None of those. All right, set that aside for just a second. And again, we've already cut our edges out, so just make sure it's nice and clean, there's no water or anything or dirt. And we'll go ahead and place it right on there. It's a nice perfect fit. And then we'll take our first hex screw and we'll go ahead and thread it in there and I'll just kind of hand tighten it for now anyway. And then the second one here, we'll go ahead and again make sure that lock washer's on there, and go ahead and screw this one in. Let's go ahead and move the camera so you guys can see that angle. So go ahead and take this and put this right inside and get that moving. Alright, and we'll finish her off with the there we go, the hex tool kit again that they include with the scooter. Super handy for anything you might need when you're working on it. I would recommend not over tightening these. I'm just going to put a kind of hand tight there, just a couple of, there we go, to make sure it's secure but not over tighten. Again, you don't want to strip that thread in there. So go ahead and set our multi-tool kit aside, and as you can tell, the wheels are rolling really nice, and that'll allow it when it's standing up on the end. As you all can tell, this bar back here will not be in the way when you lift it up. And by the way, if you can get up close here, if you can see this, that's just a little bit of damage. It's minor and it's below, and then a little bit here on the side as well. That's why I got these trolley wheels, because when you take this whole ensemble down, when you break it down, you might be on a sidewalk, and that's concrete, and it's got little sand granules which are going to damage the edge of this guard, and I don't want over time to continue to damage that. So I did go ahead and buy these trolley wheels. Not only is it convenient to just pull it behind you, but it does keep this plastic guard, you know, from getting scratched up. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it a try. All right, so wheels are on. They look pretty good. Everything rolls really nice. Let's go ahead and pick this up so you guys can get a closer look. Here are the wheels down here. See that? The trolley wheels are on there. They look really nice. They roll really well. Go ahead and put her back down and just kind of push her. She glides on her own. She does really well, easy to pull. And then when you're ready to walk away with her, I generally leave this handle up so I don't have to worry about hitting the fender or anything. I just pick her up right by the T-bar and walk. Real easy, just like that. Alright everybody, thanks so much for watching. I hope you were able to get some value out of this video. I'm really happy with my trolley wheels on this 09 scooter. It makes it a lot easier to roll around instead of carrying around. So after I put it on, I went for a little scoot outdoors, and as I was coming in the house, it was really cool to just like wheel it along behind me. 40 pounds is not a whole lot of weight when you're carrying it for a short distance, but over time it can be pretty strenuous. So glad I made that little investment. It's pretty cheap. It's only about 40 bucks. So if you are a Falcon PEV Zero scooter owner, I would recommend trolley wheels if you don't have them already and you've got to cart it around. All right, so hope you guys got some value from that video. Please like and subscribe. Again, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the description if you have any questions. I'm here to help. I really enjoy doing these videos for you guys, and I appreciate you watching. Okay, so again, if you have not actually bought a 09 scooter, or any other for that matter, there is a link in the description where you can go check them out. There's also going to be a discount code in there for you if you in fact are interested in purchasing at some point. So feel free to do that. Again, thanks so much for watching. I've been Kevin with Online Shopping My Way. Thanks for watching.